Hey guys, I'm Jay Randall and welcome back to my channel where I discuss wisdom for the modern man. Today guys, got another video to react to. The title of the video, How Many Women Today Are Really Loyal? Now that's a question a lot of men are asking in this generation. I mean, the amount of cheating that has been going on is out of this world. And nowadays women, they're not even like scared to show it. They are shameless about it. They'll talk about it on TikTok. They'll post it in the comment section. They are truly shameless about it, and men need to be aware of this. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
All right, guys. So I just had a friend send me a video on Instagram, and the video itself is not what I really want to talk about. It's the comments section. So in this video, to break it down, to let you guys know what I saw, it's a street interview. They're interviewing a man who's trying to say why he believes more men get caught cheating than women. And his thoughts were that the reason why more men get caught cheating than women is because when a man is a side dude, he knows how to stay in his lane. He knows how to play his role. He only calls when he's supposed to call. He only sends a text message when he's supposed to send a text message. And women, on the other hand, they don't know how to play their role as a side chick. They call when they're not supposed to call. They text when they're not supposed to text. So they can't stay in their lane, and they end up blowing the cover of men. And that's why more men get caught cheating. That is bad enough. But my friend was like, bro, look at these comments. I go into the comments section of this video, and it's about 2,500 comments of just almost nothing but women triggered by this, trying to argue why he's wrong and why they're so good at cheating. This is a lie. I never do that. Me and my side dude, we know where we stand. I've never texted one of my side dudes when I wasn't supposed to. I've never called. It's like you're bragging about cheating. They're sitting here bragging about cheating.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to what he's saying because just last week I made a video titled Men Aren't Dating Anymore, Who's to Blame? And in that video, I broke down a clip from TikTok of a woman, and in her video, she said, acted like I couldn't live without him while I was cheating the whole time. And I went into that video and we broke down what the comment section looked like. All the women and the different comments they were putting, and how they were liking the comments. And it was disgusting, the amount of comments that were in that comment section and how many women were in agreement with the post. Things like, I even cried when he approached me about it. And it was like laughing emojis, showing how they manipulate with their tears to get the man to believe that they're loyal when he suspects them of cheating. And that got like, I believe, like 13K likes. And those other just disgusting comments about this, referring to that video that I reacted to. And if you guys can watch it at the end of this, but I totally understand it, bro. These women are shameless. They're shameless when it comes to their cheating. You know, back in the day, a woman would try to hide that because that would be like a absolute like blemish like on her track record, and she would like do the best to try to cover up her tracks and make herself not look like a hoe. Nowadays modern women don't care about looking like hoes. They absolutely do not care about looking like hoes. They will say the most disgusting things with their literal face in their profile. Man, it's shameless. It's a shameless society now.
Not working today, so I had the time to go through and like sit for a minute and be really petty and look at these women's profiles. Countless. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Countless of the women that commented this stuff that I went to their profiles, the ones that were public, all had pictures posted with their boyfriends and or husbands. Some even had like little newborn kids and stuff there. These are like sweet, innocent girls with normal careers, working at the office or working here at the clinic or working wherever, bragging about cheating and trying to defend themselves and why they're so good at it. I never text my side dude. Like, does everyone just have a side dude now? Are side dudes and side chicks just a normal thing? Am I that prehistoric and old fashioned? What world am I living in? Who even. This is why I always say I try not to be doom and gloom. I try not to be one of these black pill guys. I do think there's good women out there. I'll say it again, but I'm really starting to worry that there's not enough. And I'm really starting to worry that maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I could be wrong. In fact, I'll tell you this. As a man, you might be better off just dating a streetwalker at this point. Because
Man, I can relate to what he's saying so much right now. In the past, I have been the side dude. In fact, I would say in 3 different situations, I was the side dude, and I never knew. I never knew. It was one of those situations where the girl's trying to cover it up. So it wasn't until those girls slipped up that I found out. One of them actually told me eventually that I was the side dude, but 2 of them tried to cover it up, but they slipped up. And a while back, I came across this Instagram reel of this guy giving his perspective on being the side dude.
Boy, I think some of the hardest shit you can do is try to be in a relationship after being a side nigga for so long. Oh my Lord. Listen, I have seen some of the most nefarious shit being a side nigga, and you don't really get to see how slimy women are until you are a side nigga. You don't get to see how fake that perfect and nice girl, innocent girl shit is, bro. Boy, I done seen a bitch call her nigga and harass him about his whereabouts. Where you at? Who you with? Is that a bitch in the background? And she was in the bed with me. In the bed with me. Like, dog, being a side nigga completely changes how you view women. Because it's no longer that, perfectionist, innocent, nice, and soft. You see how much of an act that shit is to get the shit that they want out of people. You see just how performative they are when they trying to get what they want. Like, listen, you ever trying to see the real raw version of women, just be a side nigga. See how much they lie. See how much they can prey on your emotions. See how much they manipulate. See how many lies they tell. See how far ahead they ass be thinking. I'm telling you, it'll change your whole perspective, boy. You out here green, go get you a side. Go get you a bitch that need a side, nigga. You gonna change colors so fast.
And I commented down below, and I recently seen it in my Instagram because a lot of people liked it. And I said this. I said, after being a side nigga for so long, I feel like something in me has died. I can never look at women the same again. As a matter of fact, the more sweet and innocent the girl seems, the less I trust it. Because the sweet and innocent types are the ones men least expect and yet are up to the most treacherous behavior behind the scenes. I feel like nowadays men have 2 options. Either live your life blissfully unaware that your girl could be playing games behind your back, or be aware of how dark the nature of women really is, but lose your ability to trust in the process. I choose to be aware over blissful ignorance. But the price of that knowledge is a heavy one that I think about all the time. And that was something I wrote quite a while back, and it does weigh on me. After going through those experiences and seeing the types of women who engage in this behavior, guys, I'm telling you, you would never know. You would never know. It's the sweet, innocent girl that keeps to herself, that's quiet, looks well put together, looks like she really cares about her boyfriend. Guys, I'm telling you, you need to verify. The saying goes, trust but verify. Don't be afraid to go through her phone. I'm not saying be toxic and all this stuff, but look through her text messages if you get the opportunity. If her phone's laying there, if her laptop's there, see what apps she has on there. See who she's messaging, bro. Because listen, in this day and age, modern women are cheaters, bro. And it'd be the sweetest, most innocent looking ones who are up to the most heinous acts. I'm telling you guys, trust but verify.
All of these girls had the image of a sweet, loyal girl, family-oriented, loves her boyfriend, photos on the Ferris wheels, photos in the field of flowers, photos with the puppy, and they're bragging about cheating, laughing about it like a demonic monster with no conscience at all. That's why I'm saying this. You might be better off dating a streetwalker. I might be better off going to Aurora Avenue, if any of you know where that's at in Seattle. It's a relatively famous spot of Seattle called Aurora. It's a strip where there's streetwalkers everywhere. I might be better off taking one of them to dinner. At least I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah, exactly. At least they're not going to rip your heart out of your chest because, you know what kind of woman she is. Nowadays, women present themselves like they're wholesome, virtuous women that you should trust. They're not that type of girl. They're exactly that type of girl. That's why I tell you guys, you need to stop committing to women. I would say there's only 5 to 10 at most 15% of women worth committing to nowadays. And that number is dropping quickly. So reality needs to start reflecting that. I want men to stop giving women commitment because most of them do not deserve it. But you just offer it up to them. They don't respect it. They're doing disgusting things behind your back. Man, I'm telling you guys, stop giving your commitment away so easily.
She looks good. I've seen her literally walking naked on the street. She looks pretty hot. You know, at least I know what she's done all day. At least we're upfront about it. And she's going to be good in bed. She's a professional. She'll be great in bed. She does this for a living. At least I know what I'm getting myself into. We're out in the open about it. Why would I not just date that? Who wants to date anymore when I see 2,500 comments of almost all women bragging about being good cheaters, defending themselves against a guy saying this? You see this video as a lady and your default is to defend yourself at why you're not going to get no one caught. You're not going to get caught. You're proud of that. You brag about that.
No shame.
What are we doing as
Disgusting.
a society? This is crazy. This is crazy. Now, I know sometimes I'm a little extreme on what I think people should and shouldn't do. You can at least argue that. But I think it's fair to say it's not crazy to want a woman that doesn't brag about cheating. And again, this is why the smartphone thing is just so wacky. Smartphones are just ruining everything. Because with social media and dating apps and the instant access to adult garbage on your phone, it's almost impossible not to lust after other people.
Listen, man, check her phone. Check her phone. All right? I don't care. Look, you got to look out for yourself. Women want you to just give them blanket trust right off the rip. You got to trust your partner. You got to trust your partner. Yeah, most of y'all ain't trustworthy. You're not. You're not trustworthy. Check her phone, bro. Check her phone. Check her laptop. See what she's up to. See who she's messaging. And also, check under the female names as well, because they'll try to throw you off with that by turning the men she's texting, and she'll put them as like female names in her contacts, so you'll think it's just one of her girlfriends. So check under the female names as well, because they'll try to throw you off.
You can't even go on your phone without them force feeding that on you. Do we have to just move the goalposts of what's considered loyal now? Do we have to just accept looking at filth and lusting after other people as normal now? Do we have to just open the yard of what we consider good and bad and just let all this garbage in as considered normal? I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship where talking to and looking at other people online is normal and acceptable. And the only answer people give you when you bring this up is stop being insecure, stop being controlling. It's like, no, stop being a whore. Why don't...
Exactly. See, anytime a woman is trying to throw those shaming tactics at you, be insecure, stop, being so, controlling, that kind of nonsense, I'm telling you, that is a telltale sign that she has something to hide. You want to look at her phone. Oh, why are you being so insecure? Why do you want to look at my phone? She's like going certain locations and you're asking questions. Why are you being so insecure? Guys, trust your gut. A lot of guys are like really stupid when it comes to that. Their gut will be screaming at them that, yo, something's off. Something ain't right. Shorty's not moving correct. That was a little suspicious what she did just there. The way she swiped up on her phone really quick when I came by. Or the way she, closed out that app real quick. Or why is her phone always faced down? I never hear it go off. I never hear it vibrate. It's always on do not disturb. What's going on with that? Investigate. Don't just assume loyalty. Don't just assume. A lot of guys get caught up based on assumptions. A friend of mine that I work with this year ended up getting a divorce because one of the guy friends that his girl works with, she was always flirting with him. She was always flirting with him, and he had already brought that up to her that he found that problematic, and she would always give him pushback, shaming him like he was insecure, he's just a friend, etc., etc. Fast forward a couple of months later, he comes to work. He looks like, just completely out of it. His face is just tired and haggard. He says, yeah, man, we're getting a divorce. It's like, what happened, bro? Like, I mean, I knew he was going through issues with her, but, I didn't think it was at the point of divorce. He was like, yeah, I caught her cheating. She didn't know I had cameras in the house, and I see her bring this guy into the house, into our bedroom, and then about 45 minutes later, she's leaving with the guy, and he's wearing his clothes. The guy's literally wearing his pants. So the girlfriend gives him his clothes to wear after she's done smashing him. No shame, no respect in their own bedroom, bro, while this guy is at work, working his butt off to pay the bills. Man, listen, these girls over here talking about they want a guy, they want commitment, they want a relationship so bad. Most of the women today do not deserve commitment.
Stop being a whore, and I won't have to be controlling. Why don't you try that one? I can't believe so many people argue on the side of the freedom to look at what you want, the freedom to do what you want. Now, I will say this. If you and your partner are on the same page about what is okay and not okay, what's expected and what's acceptable, I don't consider that cheating. You do what you want. You want to be in an open relationship, that's your business. If you both agree to that, God bless you. But the deceitfulness and the lying and the deceiving is what ruins it for me. You guys know how many girls I've seen in like street interviews or that I've talked to myself that look the part of a sweet, loyal, dedicated girlfriend or wife, and they get giddy and happy and giggly when they brag or they slip talking about the deceitful, lying stuff they're doing? There is a lot of women out here that get a twinkle in their eye when they bring this stuff up. You see them in street interviews, they get a twinkle in their eye when they brag about what they did to their ex. They brag about sleeping with this person or looking at that or going here. They brag about it. That is evil. That's not even remotely cute. Why is this like passing as cute? Just female nature. People say, no, it's not. Stop the bullshit.
It's just that whoredom has become the standard. The promiscuous woman, right? Female liberation is here, and so female shame is completely just gone extinct. The new standard is accepting the promiscuous, shameless women, and they're trying to force that down our throats and tell us if we have a problem with that, then we're insecure. Let your girl go to the club dressed however she wants, or you're insecure. Let her have guy friends so she can, cheat behind your back in peace, or you're insecure. Any boundaries or limitations you want to put on your relationship to essentially restrict your girl from engaging in hoe behavior, you're insecure, or you're controlling, or you're manipulative. Listen, guys, put boundaries, set boundaries, and vet your girl well. That's what I'm saying, bro. You should not be just so quick to hand over your commitment. I want commitment to women to be scarce. I want women to be desperate for it because of how rare it is to get a guy to commit, right? Because most aren't worthy. You need to be just single and take your time vetting these women. I want them begging for commitment. And then still I want you to be skeptical. Because, bro, man, if you knew what I've been through, being on the side of the side dude, literally just after finding out the truth and having to reevaluate the girl in front of me, just like, you? But you come off so sweet and innocent, and I would have never thought. You? Are you really? Wow. What, man, I'm telling you, my perspective on this, with those three situations that I ended up being in, and also with the place I work, the amount of women who will hit on me, who will be on vacation and are willing to cheat on their husbands and partners back home, my whole take on relationships and commitment has changed.
This isn't about female nature. This is about social media and pop culture normalizing this, accepting it, and promoting it. As a society, yes, cheaters have always been there. Cheaters have always been around, but it's always been relatively agreed upon that cheating is bad. it should be shunned. Never in history have we had it normalized to the degree that it's normalized today. Never have we had people overlook it or minimize it like we do today.
Man, I've said it before that dating in the West, it's like cheating. Getting cheated on as a man is almost like a rite of passage. It's like you haven't dated in the West unless you've been cheated on. And that goes for unattractive men and that goes for attractive men. Guys over 6 foot, the Chads and the Tyrones you talk about. I talk to these guys. I meet up with them at the club. I'm friends with these guys in real life. The ones who have 100+ matches on Instagram. You think those guys haven't experienced being cheated on? Bro, no one's safe. From the low value guy to the high value guy. We see it all the time. Guys in entertainment, guys in the sports industry, millionaires, celebrities, finding out their girls were cheating. Bro, there was a whole incident recently with the whole Cooking with Kaya thing. I'm not fully well versed on the situation when it comes to her, but she's like a famous person who does cooking videos, and she had a boyfriend. But her fame was, taking her to places where she was being around celebrities and other people who are famous on YouTube and other platforms. And she ended up, doing collabs or hanging out with these group of individuals while her boyfriend was back at home. And she ends up cheating on the guy. And it was a whole thing that blew up on the internet recently. Bro, zero loyalty. Zero loyalty, man. I'm telling you guys, stop giving women commitment.
Like, I'm telling you guys, comment after comment after comment was girls that are bragging about being sneaky with cheating in that video's comments, and they almost all have photos with the nice boyfriend or the husband and kids. That is terrifying. In fact, what I think I'm going to do when I stop recording this video, I think I'm going to go onto this phone and I'm going to be so petty. I'm going to be the king of petty, and I'm going to screenshot every one of those comments of the girls that have a public profile, and I'm going to find the boyfriend and I'm going to send him that screenshot.
Yep, please
I
do.
literally think I'm going to do that when I stop recording here.
Please do.
Because they need to know.
They need
This
to
stuff
know.
is out of control. The amount of women that think it's cute to be deceitful like this, or they just blow it out. Oh, stop overreact. Oh my God, you're controlling. Oh, you're so insecure. No, you are a piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking to other men on here or lusting after other men on here, you are garbage. Sorry, that's the truth.
It is.
I'm not going to be I will die on this hill and have all of you attack me when I say this. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and think it's cute. I'm not going to let you gaslight and say, oh, you're insecure and controlling. No, you know what? If I take my shirt off right now, I look a lot better than the average man. I look pretty good. It's got nothing to do with being insecure. This is a bad road we are going down. And again, I've said this before. I try not to be doom and gloom. I try not to be black pill and think everyone's rotten and horrible. But I really, really understand where they're coming from, because just that post alone, like I said, 2,500 comments, and I didn't look at all of them. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but everyone I looked at was a sweet-looking girl with a boyfriend or a husband.
The video I did where I was responding to that TikTok video got over 100K likes. I believe it was like 140 something likes, where she was talking about how she was cheating on her boyfriend the whole time in the relationship. I'm going to link that video at the end of this. But yeah, man, it's disgusting. It is the wild, wild west out here. And that's why I'm telling you guys, stop giving your commitment away easily. Bro, I want these chicks begging for commitment, and then even then you're skeptical. Vet her well. See how she lives her life. See the apps that are on her phone. Don't let her call you insecure and let her shame you out of investigating and, setting boundaries, setting standards, because these girls will run circles behind your back. And don't let the sweet, innocent look fool you. A lot of guys let the good girl look or the good girl personality fool them into believing that the girl is, just a decent woman who would never say she would never. That's one thing I learned. I mentioned that in one of my first videos on the channel when I spoke about why men never see cheating coming. Because a lot of you look at your girl, she pulls the wool over your eyes, then you start telling yourself, my girl would never. You would never know. You would never know. Your girl would never? Brother. There's a lot of men out there who thought their girl would never, only to accidentally stumble upon some text messages, or the girl or the woman slips up and leaves her laptop open and is connected to her phone, so some text messages pop up and he sees some photos that he never thought he would see in his entire life of his girl doing vile acts. Stuff she wouldn't even do with him. Oh, that's gross. I would never. I can't believe you want me to do that. But she's happily entertaining those acts with another man. I'm telling you guys, I've heard stories and I've experienced things myself. And I just look at the internet and see the kind of stuff these women post, what they say in the comment section. I just sit back quietly and observe. And it just further reinforces my worldview as to why men need to stop committing to women. Hold on to your commitment. Don't give it away freely, because I'm telling you, most women do not deserve it. A lot of them are manipulative cheaters. And you until you investigate, and I mean really investigate, not ask her a couple of light questions and let her lie to you. I mean, you take action outside of what she's aware of, and you verify for yourself. All right? Do that, because modern women today are just not worth committing to. But anyways, guys, that's the video. If you got value from it, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, take it easy.